astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jaron from Jeranism, back with another live video for you today. It's Thursday. That usually means it's time for some sort of presentation, some sort of interview, and we were scheduled to have Iru Landucci giving a presentation today, but he had something come up, so I didn't know what I was going to do, and luckily I had a good friend, Josh Rosen, step in to take his place, and we're going to have some fun today. So you got to have some fun in the world. You can't just be down on everything and always upset and angry and upset. You can't do it. You have to have some fun. So we have Josh Rosen joining us live. Let me bring him on. Josh, there you are. Beautiful. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for stepping up. Thanks for stepping in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun show. So if people don't know who you are, why don't you start out by just telling them a little bit about yourself and how you got into this? And I have to admit, there's some things that you're just jealous of in life, and one of them for me is people that can do impressions. I don't know if you get that a lot, but it's something I wish I could do, and it's just I don't have it. I don't know what it takes, but usually when somebody can do them, they can do many, which is probably why I'm jealous of it or envious of it. I think it's an amazing talent. I like to hear it. It keeps me laughing, and you do a lot of great videos that keep me on the floor laughing. So tell everybody about how you got into this and just who you are.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Josh Rosen, and I go by the PlantBasedComedian on YouTube, Instagram, and all social media platforms. Basically, I've been imitating people most of my life. I've always been an observational person. Anyone who does impressions is just naturally observational. And it wasn't until I got to college, though, where I started to focus on imitating not just friends and family, but actual celebrities.
Right.
So my first major impression that I did actually was Barack Obama. And I was doing him for a long time, from when he first got into office. And just from there, I just started, working on more and more people. And now I have like a nice repertoire of impressions, and I do, right now I'm doing a lot of Trump and Bernie Sanders because we're in the election time. So both of those are pretty popular.
Of course.
And I tell people too, like anyone that knows me personally knows that I don't just do the impressions, like for the stage or for YouTube or for social media. Like I do them, I live my life as these people a lot of times. Like anyone who knows me knows that I'll go out and to like a coffee shop and order coffee as Bernie Sanders. That's just what I do.
That's hilarious.
So, I have no problem staying in character for days and weeks at a time.
Great. I'm going to show everybody real quick your channel, which is PlantBasedComedian, and all the links that you need are in the description, but I just wanted to show that he's done some great work. He's been around for a while. A lot of great impressions, and then also, I remember, God, I think it was the first time I saw you. Do you remember you did a Trump with Patricia Steer? Is that what it was? Yeah, here it is here, 2 years ago. Flat Earth and Other Mashed Potatoes. Interview with Donald Trump.
I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah, that's kind of where I first found you. I also see down here people are looking at David Avocado Wolf. You did an impression of that, and we're going to get to hear some of these today, so sit tight. But yeah, and then, from there, I just saw you doing presidents, of course, Clinton, of course, Trump. Trump's your best one by far, I think. But I love Bernie Sanders. I mentioned to you before, Stephen A. Smith was fantastic. And then you started doing something that I'm showing here. You started doing some flat smacking. So tell us a little bit about that while I show your channel here.
Yeah, I've done a lot of flat smacking where I'll just go to the beach. I live like 5 minutes from the ocean, so there's a nice boardwalk there, and I'll just go up to people and just tell them that the earth is flat. I just straight up go up to people and say like, hey, do you know the earth is flat? And I like to see their reactions. And, once in a while I'll have a good conversation with people. Sometimes I'll do it as Bernie Sanders or Trump.
Right. Yeah, I'm showing some videos here of you doing flat smacking at Delray Beach. But just, some great stuff. So, and then another thing I wanted to point out to people is that he only has, we've already gotten you 4 more subscribers. Boom. Baby.
All right.
That's the point of this. I love to highlight anybody I think that's doing good work, especially when I find channels that I think should have far more subscribers. You had 560, I think, going into this. We're at 565 now. So if you're listening to this and you're not subscribed to Josh Rosen, you need to do so now. You can scroll down in this video, click any of the links. He's got his YouTube link. He's got an Instagram link down there. Facebook, he's under the same name. And then also something that he just recently started was his Patreon. So he's got currently no patrons because he just started it, but it's something that you might be interested out there. And then another thing that you do or will do is help people out with voiceovers. Maybe it's an outgoing message for somebody's cell phone that they want. And, that's a great idea. I'll play real quick just while I look at this. This is something that Josh sent me right at the beginning of the new year, which I thought was great. If you've listened to my channel, you've probably heard it a few times. But let's listen to it now just because, hey, I love to plug myself. So
Hello, Jaron. It's President Donald Trump. I wanted to wish you and all your subscribers a happy new year. 2020 is going to be the year of flat Earth. No more collusion with the globeheads. The globeheads' time is coming to an end, and I gotta say, there's a total witch hunt going on to take out all the great flat earthers. My favorite YouTube channel is Jeranism. Totally recommend subscribing to Jeranism today. It's big league. 2020, let's keep America flat.
So thank you very much for doing that. But maybe people want some sort of message like that, or an outgoing voicemail message, or maybe a message to a friend, maybe a birthday wish. So tell people how they can get in contact with you if they want to do something like that.
Yeah, so I tell everyone you can email me directly, PlantBasedComedian@gmail.com. You can send me a message through social media, Instagram, Facebook. You can, anytime you want to direct message me, I can do any type of voiceover for you, personalize it. If you give me a little bit of background about anyone you know that you want to send them a voice message, I'll write the script. So,
Awesome.
So that's something that I offer, and I also do video messages too.
Okay, sweet, yeah. And then I'm just showing a quick video here. This is a video Josh put up recently. The science section of Barnes & Noble gets flat smacked, which I enjoyed. He's basically in a Barnes & Noble and adds a flat earth flyer to the shelving. So thank you very much for spreading the good word. That's awesome. All right, let's bring Josh Rosen back onto video and let him do some impressions. And again, subscribe to his channel. Let's get that number up. If he gets over 1,000, he can start doing live streams from the beach if he ever goes back. But again, let's try and get him as many subs as possible. And I just think he does great work, and I think it's hilarious. So let me bring you back on. Now I lost you. There you are. Boom. All right, so I see you're dressed up already, probably for an impression. Go ahead. Have fun.
Yeah, well, so like I was saying to you, from now until the election, which is November 3rd, I'm wearing a suit every day because I'm always going to be in character. So basically, what I do job-wise is I sell health products, and I go in my suit now, and I leave different wigs in my car, namely Bernie Sanders and Trump. So I'm always ready to do the impressions at all times.
That's good. Let's see. I love the Trump wig. Oh, no, that's not Trump.
Hi to all of Jaron's followers. It's Senator Bernie Sanders. Unfortunately, the bottom 99% of Americans think they live on a damn spinning ball. This is deplorable, immoral, grotesque, disastrous, horrendous, and other negative adjectives that I can't think of right now. What we are saying to the global establishment is enough is enough. You cannot have all the damn spinning ball. And by the way, let me say this, all right? I love a lot of people on the flat earth. Who I don't love is all the corporate elite who are taking all our damn money and spending it on huge amounts of ridiculous corporate welfare. Enough is enough. And by the way, I just want to say, Jaron, you're one of the only flat earth people who I consistently enjoy and listen to. And you're in the top 1/10% of flat earthers, while DITRH is in the bottom 1%.
I have to agree with you on that one, Bernie. I have to agree with you on that one. I love the breathe out. I don't know what the
Every time I speak, I'm on the verge of having a damn heart attack.
Yeah, you just had one, I heard. Hopefully you're doing all right from that.
I'm all right, and I'm breathing a lot. Hopefully I don't catch the damn coronavirus.
You'll have to ask Trump about that. I'm sure Trump is worried about China.
So I gotta say something, okay? China is not very nice to us, okay? They're losers. They're nasty, nasty, nasty people. They eat bats in China, okay? We're going to fix the coronavirus really, really, really quick. And by the way, latest poll numbers show I'm winning with the coronavirus people, okay? 99% approval rating amongst people who have coronavirus. Can you believe that?
Wow, that's impressive. That's good.
And by the way, nobody loves avocados more than me. Okay, just not avocados from Mexico. And I got to say this, okay? The Earth is very flat. It's big league flat. Okay, there's no curvature whatsoever. Melania, she doesn't have any curves, but she's got more curves than the Earth, okay?
I have to ask, though, why the Space Force? If you know the Earth's flat, are you trying to bring out some truth?
So the Space Force is a Ponzi scheme, okay, to make me a lot of money, actually. That's what it is, okay?
I figured it had to be that.
And by the way, we are going to Mars. Okay, we're going to Mars. It's going to be fantastic. Nobody loves Mars more than Donald Trump. Okay, Mars is tremendous, big league, fantastic, and I'm a winner. And everyone else who doesn't like Mars is a loser.
Are we going to the moon as well, Trump? I assume.
Well, the moon is a very challenging and difficult thing. The people who went to the moon in the past are losers, and most of them are dead, actually, and they're low-energy people. But I will say this. I love Buzz Aldrin. He's a great guy. He made some strange faces the last time I saw him. Strange. Okay?
I saw that. He looked a little bit weird behind you.
Drunk Buzz. He's a nasty guy, Drunk Buzz, okay? He said some nasty things about Donald Trump. Not very smart. Not a smart cookie.
Well, if you ask me, I think he's a liar. But, what do I know? I'm just some flat earther on YouTube.
Just a random flat earther. I got to say, Jared, thanks to Donald Trump, your ratings are going to be tremendous on this program. They're going to be like the highest rated show in the history of YouTube, okay? Thanks to Donald Trump.
I don't know if you remember, we did a phone call one time with you and I on my channel. It was the top 99% of all views on my channel went to that video. So thank you, Trump, very much for that.
I believe it. I take full credit. And, I got to say that there's a lot of fake news out there, but jeranism's channel is one of the only ones that's real news, okay?
Now, I do have to mention, though, you did say that my channel was your favorite, but then I heard that you sent that message to a few other people as well, Globebusters being one of them. So, I don't know.
Well, I got to say,
It's
Bob's a
dishonest.
good friend of mine. He's a good friend of mine. We've played a lot of golf together. He's a cheater, though. I will say that. He cheats on the golf course.
Bob? Yeah, I don't, probably. I don't think-
He's a big league cheater. And, I got to say, Iru Landucci is a nice guy, but I don't know what the hell he's saying, okay?
Oh, you can't understand Eero?
I don't understand a word the guy's saying, but he's a nice guy, though.
All right, I'll have to tell him that. We've been trying to tell him that his English has been getting better, but I'll tell him Trump says not so much.
Not very good. Not very good, I will say that. I've gotten a lot of complaints from people who say they can't understand him either.
Are they complaining to the president about that? I didn't know.
People are writing me letters or telling me at the rallies I go to, they're all giving me notes and saying, Iro Landucci, what is that guy saying? Please translate.
And you're not a fan of Dearth either, huh? Deep inside the rabbit hole, Dave Weiss.
Well, I got to say, Dearth is just a really annoying guy. You know, he's the type of guy you just want to push over a wall, you know?
I could say that, yeah.
I mean, he puts out a lot of great content, don't get me wrong, but his voice is so irritating. You know, when you have somebody's voice who's very irritating,
yeah,
that's Dearth, okay? But he's a nice guy, he's a little bit too nasal sounding. And I'm not saying I'm not nasal sounding, but he's a little bit nasal.
Yeah, we call it Jewy. It's a little Jewy. But,
Just a little Jewy.
What's he going to do? I don't think he can change his voice.
I don't think he has the ability, okay? And by the way, I look so good right now on camera.
Yeah, not too bad. I like the red tie. Got to keep it on the right, I guess.
A lot.
Now, you also do, who else do you do? Eddie Bravo. What do you think of Eddie Bravo?
All I'm saying is, look into it. That's all I'm saying, man. Look, I don't trust shit. I don't believe shit, man. All I'm saying is, look into it. I'm crazy.
That's why I like you, Eddie. At least you admit it. I admit it as well. Hey,
Rosen was bought and paid for. He sold out. I'm psycho.
So who else do you do? Give me some others. Let us know your repertoire.
This is former President Barack Obama. And I got to say that we've got a lot of issues that we've got to address. Unfortunately, when I was president, I didn't address any of them. But we can still get a man to the moon. And the only way we're going to do that is if everyone unites around Obamacare. God bless.
Thanks, Obama. You know, I heard Obama, you actually once said that you were on the shoulders of your grandfather as the capsule landed in the ocean in the Pacific when they came back from the moon. But some people have done the math on that, and you would have had to have been 12 years old, which is a little weird to think of a 12-year-old Obama sitting on his grandfather's shoulders. But hey, you know, that's your story, and I'm sure you're sticking to it.
I will stick to it, and, you can't tell me anything otherwise.
Right.
Because it's my story.
Yeah, it's a good story. On your grandpa's shoulders at 12.
And it was true.
Yes. And you going to, talk about your birth certificate at all, or no? It's Hawaii.
I've got it. And
I've seen it.
I've got the proof. Unlike Iro Landucci, I was born in this country.
Yes, that's true. Or Iro wasn't born here. But I have my doubts about you as well, sir. I really do.
Hey, man. It's W.
Oh, boy.
It's W.
my least favorite of all presidents. Welcome to the show, everybody. George W. Bush.
I got to say, the strategery involved in getting the dimensions right of the flat Earth is it's not easy. What is it, 8 feet per centimeter cubed?
That's about right. Yeah, you got that. We can't find that curvature either, though. That's the thing.
And I love the fact that we're surrounded by a big ice continent called
Australia.
No. It's Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that place.
Yeah. It's the ice shore that surrounds the, if you want to call it, the plain. I wouldn't expect you to understand that, I know.
I don't get it.
You struggle a bit with geography.
It's tough, man. I don't even know where I'm from. One time I was driving around on a horse, and I ran into another prominent flat earther.
Who was that?
His name was Marcus.
Hmm.
You know Marcus?
Does he have a last name? Marcus? No.
Marcus Surge or something like that.
Oh, Mark Sargent.
Yeah, that's the guy's name. Yeah, I forgot.
Okay. You ran into him on a horse?
I ran into him on a horse, and he was, playing some video games or something.
How about a Woody Allen? I always enjoy a good Woody Allen.
I really, I got to be honest. Before getting into the whole flat Earth thing, I didn't think life had any purpose at all. I thought we were on a spinning random rock flying through an infinite universe. And, this whole thing was just a miserable, horrible experience that had no purpose whatsoever. And this whole, there was no meaning to life. And since I started tuning into Jaren's channel on Flat Earth, all of a sudden life has meaning. I still feel horrible and miserable most of the time, but at least, I feel as though there's some point to all of this.
Good. I try to get that across to people. I'm glad that if my words have rubbed off on anyone, they've rubbed off on Woody Allen.
I'm no longer an atheist, thanks to you.
Yeah, we've turned some people who formerly thought they were specks of dust and had no meaning and no purpose have all of a sudden woke up to the reality around them that we are important, and I'm glad that Woody Allen's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I still, I still don't like religion at all, but I do believe in something. I don't know what I believe in, but I do believe that, after I die, I will ascend to, some kind of a magical place or unmagical.
The other person I've seen you do recently, I don't know, a lot of people might not know who this is, but Stephen A. Smith, before I got into Flat Earth, I used to be pretty into sports, of course, baseball, basketball, and I had to listen to Stephen A. Smith a lot, and if people don't know who that is, maybe they will now. Stephen, I heard that you're starting to feel maybe the earth is flat, thanks to some basketball players out there, Kyrie Irving, of course, and Shaq trying to break the truth before Jimmy Kimmel pulled him in.
Well, hold on. Let me be clear. Let me be clear about something for a second. Hold on 1 second. Let me be clear. The earth is undisputedly, undeniably, unequivocally flat and stationary. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. LeBron James isn't a flat earth. LeBron. But Kyrie, when you're looking from that perspective, let me be very, very clear. All I'm saying is, I think the earth is flat. Undeniably. When you're looking from that perspective.
Have you had a chance to talk to Kyrie? Kyrie will tell you.
Man, Kyrie Irving. Man, that brother don't want to talk to Stephen A. Smith. Come on, man. Come on.
No, he just got elected the head of the, president of the Players Association or something like that. So I think a lot of people are backing him. A lot of people maybe have the same beliefs, but are afraid to come out and say it. But at least,
come on, man.
At least Stephen A. isn't one of those. He's not afraid to admit it unequivocally.
You know my old friend Skip Bayless?
Yeah, I know Skip.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. The earth isn't flat and stationary. I don't know how many times more I have to say it. Under pressure, Kyrie Irving doesn't think straight.
I didn't even know you did him, see?
About Dick Vitale. You know Dick Vitale?
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, the Earth is not a spinning ball, baby. It's a diaper dandy, just like Coach K. And by the way, the flat Earth is just like a circle, Coach K, baby.
I have to admit, man, I'm just jealous. That's so many. Do you do a lot of actors?
You know, I kind of don't do that many actors just because a lot of them have been done so many times.
Right, kind of gets old a little bit. I agree.
That it's like it gets old. I mean, I've done Jack Nicholson. How you doing, everyone? It's a flat Earth. And I was actually in a movie with Matthew McConaughey called The Beach Bum.
Were you really in that movie?
Yeah, I have a speaking scene with him in the movie. Like we just did we spent like an hour rehearsing the scene together, and I just played myself, but that was an interesting experience.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you go on my Instagram page, I put the link in my profile to the scene. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I'll have to check that out. And your Instagram's under the same name, PlantBasedComedian. So if people are looking for that, I'm going to check if we've been able to get you any more subscribers. It'd be nice if we had. Let's see. Let's refresh. Come on, people. Are you subscribing yet? All right, you're up to 611. We're moving right along.
I got to say this, Jared. I did not kill Jeffrey Epstein. I just want to be clear with all your viewers. I did not kill Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, so yeah, thank you for the laugh. I thought it maybe was your wife, if anybody.
Oh, my wife, Hillary.
Yeah.
She's a shill. I call her Shillery.
I'd have to ask Trump what he thinks about Hillary possibly being the running mate for Bloomberg if he goes that far. That's what I've heard.
Unfortunately, I'm working on a mini Mike Bloomberg impression. It's not there all the way yet, but it kind of is.
It's kind of there.
Right?
Pretty close.
When I become president, everyone will have to sign an NDA. This way, in case I do anything wrong, I'm off the hook.
That makes sense. Just pass it out to everybody like the census.
Yeah, Mike Bloomberg's got like this whiny voice.
Oh, he's painful.
That's but it's been fun to watch how Trump sort of has attacked him. Like, I don't play political sides, kind of do it in a way where whoever you support or don't support, I'm just trying to entertain people.
Right. Just having some fun.
Yeah. But I do find Trump very entertaining. I will say that. I mean, he attaches labels to people, that stick.
Right.
And
like Mini Mike,
Nervous Nancy, Crazy Bernie, Crooked Hillary,
Pocahontas.
And by the way, I'm working on an Elizabeth Warren impression too.
That's probably the only one I could even try and do, because all you need to do is try and pretend like you're about to blow away in the wind and you're on the verge of.
You work hard and the lies and the corruption. We're going to put a 2% wealth tax, just 2%. You know what 2% is, Jaron? 2% is 2% more than 0%. Nobody's above the law.
Yeah, that's great. You just got to have that crackle like an a gust of wind could come and you'd be gone.
The lies and the corruption. Sounds like I'm singing every time I talk. And by the way, I'm 2% Native American. Did you know that?
I heard you say that before, but I thought that you had to retract on that. But I don't know. Pocahontas.
Yeah, I think she's actually 0.001% Native American.
Good for her.
So I'm hitting it hard right now with a lot of Bernie and Trump.
So I'm guessing you're probably pretty happy that it looks like Bernie will be the Democratic nominee.
Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled. I mean, it's like that's a dream come true for me, Bernie versus Trump. So,
right.
I'm already starting to prepare all sorts of different debate ideas, between the two of them.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Oh, I can already think of some videos you could do. Maybe a split screen where you're both of them. That'd be
Right.
great. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I would definitely love to do something like that. It's hilarious because I find the whole political scene to be nothing but comedy. So that's why that's why I think what you do is great. I don't put any stock in anything these guys say. Everything they've ever said is a lie for the most part.
It's a lie.
Right. So it's very easy just to cast it off. And that's one of the great things about, I don't know, waking up, if you want to call it that, becoming a truther, if you want to call it that, whatever, is once you can recognize the news for what it is. I'll even turn on the debate just to laugh hysterically at it. There's nothing being said of any substance, but I do have to admit, every time I hear Bernie now, I can only see you with the wig doing Bernie. That's just what I see. I know he's going to come out with some 0.5% of 1% of 99% of the top. It's just a matter of time till the numbers start going.
Yeah. I'm just gonna plug my phone in a charger real quick.
Sure. No problem.
I think you can still see me.
I can still see you. So if everybody doesn't know who we're talking to Josh Rosen. He is the plant-based comedian. We're having a little fun here on a Thursday interview presentation day on the Jeranism channel. We're also live at dlive.tv/Jeranism and just trying to get some subs for Josh Rosen. He's the plant-based comedian. He's on Instagram. He's on Facebook. Also in the description is a link to his PayPal, where if you want to get him to do some sort of video message for you, if you want him to leave an outgoing voice message, maybe when somebody calls you, you want Barack Obama saying, hey, so-and-so isn't here. He, whatever you want. You can pretty much write the script yourself, or you can send it to Josh and give him some ideas about, hey, this is for my dad's birthday. Here's what he likes. He enjoys golf, whatever. Something like that, right, Josh?
Absolutely. Yep. Just send me an email, message, and, I'll kind of take it from there. Like yesterday, I actually had a gig that somebody hired me to do for their boss, who was a big Trump supporter, but they wanted me to roast him as Bernie Sanders. So I went into the office, and the guy was a millionaire too, so he had a lot of money. And
oh, you did it live? You mean you went in person?
In person, yeah.
with the Bernie wig and everything. That's classic.
With the Bernie wig and everything, and I was like full on Bernie, just ripping into this guy that I was going to tax the hell out of him, and it was great. I mean, everyone loved it. So if anyone, I'm based in South Florida, by the way. So if anyone is in this area. That's another thing I can come as Bernie or Trump in person.
Oh, that'd be awesome. All right. And if people want to reach out to you, plantbasedcomedian@gmail, correct? I think I put that in the description as well.
Yeah,
so
correct.
All the links are there. So give him a sub. Definitely check him out. I know you do some other people I'm for sure missing. Oh, what about Avocado Wolf? I've seen you do that one before.
Yes. And sorry, it sounds like there's something in the background.
It's all right.
It's by far the best David Avocado Wolf impression ever. By far. By far the best ever. I love Cacao. Isn't Cacao incredible?
I almost felt for a second I was talking to him. He's actually been to my house twice, and the guy is hilarious. One time he came to my house and he brought a bunch of water in a plastic bag, like a huge plastic bag of water. He's like, I just took this out of the Yosemite River. You need to drink this water. He's awesome.
Yeah, David's great. He's a good friend of mine too. Actually, we met about a month ago when he was down in Miami. Yeah, and we hung out for a while.
Isn't he the greatest? He's so cool.
He's so cool, and he's so passionate about health and wellness.
Yeah.
So when I do the impression of him, I'm actually channeling how he is.
Right, yeah, that's why it almost felt like he was sitting across from me in my living room telling me about the vanilla beans he brought for me.
Like he'd walk into your house and he's like, "Oh, Jaron, I just got these mushrooms. They were grown outside your house."
Right.
They're by far the best mushrooms ever.
Right. Yeah, look at these vanilla beans, Jaron. These are the largest vanilla beans you've ever seen. I dare you to try and find a larger vanilla bean.
Yeah. But, it's great when somebody's that passionate about whatever they're into.
Oh, absolutely. No, he's great. And, I haven't seen him in a while, but he came over a few times, and we had a great kickback, and he'd tell me all these books I need to read and, all these things I need to do to get healthy. And I also learned a lesson from him. He was so upset at me because he came over and was going to brew some tea, and he asked me for some honey. I said, I don't have any honey. He almost lost his mind.
And I got to say, too, he was one of the guys that got me to look into Flat Earth. because it was a topic that I never thought about before, but I've always been open-minded towards everything.
Right.
But I had just never considered it. And when he was into it, I was like, okay, there must be something to this, because I know he doesn't, he's somebody that researches things a lot.
Right.
And even if I don't agree with someone, if I know certain people will do their homework on topics.
Right.
So I knew there was something to it. And, for me, like you, like I'm an open-minded person, but I'm also skeptical of everything. So I didn't come to flat earth like instantly. It was something that I had to process for a while. And,
I think that's true with anybody. And that's why I just tell people, I mean, maybe the first time you heard about it too, you dismissed it. I mean, that's the case with everybody. I mean, and so anybody thinking that, I told my family about it and they dismissed me, or I told some guy on the street about it and he yelled at me, that's going to be the response from any, basically, I want to say sane human being, because the reason why is we've all been conditioned so well, been indoctrinated so well, that to anybody who just hears it and goes, oh, that sounds right, it's a little issue. But, once you get over that, and it takes time. It's just like, I mention all the time, 9/11 for me, my buddy told me about it years before I even looked into it. I think 9/11 was an inside job. I told him, shut up. What are you talking about? It's nonsense. Don't talk to me about that. It doesn't even make sense. Could never be true. You can't keep a secret that big, that, close held, and, everybody would. And then you look into it a few years later, and all of a sudden you have to go and apologize to people. So I just tell people all the time, plant the seed, man. That's all you got to do. Mention it. If they don't want to hear it, walk away. Mention that you think the moon landing wasn't real. Walk away. If they don't want to talk about it, it's fine. Down the road, they're going to have a day where they're not doing anything, where they jump on the internet and they start doing some search themselves, and that's when it all falls apart. Everything we've been told seems like a lie.
Yep.
Yeah. So am I missing anybody else that you do, or?
Well, I'm actually working on a LeBron James impression too.
Okay, let me hear it.
But the voice isn't totally there. It's a lot of mannerisms.
You got to start out with some the talcum powder on your hands, and you got to start with the talcum powder. Do the talcum powder throw. It'd make me feel more like it's in.
Always biting his nails,
right.
Licking.
That's good.
Take care of my body. Take care of my mind. So, the thing that I tell people too with doing impressions is it's not just the voice. Like, the voice is the thing that people notice the most, but sometimes I impersonate people just on their mannerisms and behavior.
Right. Like, I never even thought about the blowing out of the air by Bernie Sanders, but I seen you do it a couple times, and then I saw him, and I'm watching, and I'm like, oh my God, he does that all the time. You just forget that.
Yeah, like I could do a Bernie Sanders impression without the voice, and you would still know it's Bernie Sanders.
Right. Yeah, it seems like that. Who else are we missing before we? And by the way, everybody, this is going to be a short show today. Usually we do about an hour for the interview and presentation Thursdays, but I just wanted to bring Josh on, and like I said, I really appreciate him stepping up, because I found out just a few hours before this show that Iru had something come up, and I was like, oh great, what am I going to do on a Thursday interview show? And I reached out to Josh, said, hey, you want to come on, do some impressions, and we'll highlight your channel? And he was like, yeah, I'm there. So thanks again, Josh. I really appreciate that. But before we go, I do want you to go back to doing some Trump and some Bernie, but anybody else that you do that we've missed?
I do a little Deepak Chopra impression too.
Okay.
Thank you, Jaron. Okay, the universe is expanding. Okay, unfortunately, okay, it's expanding inside the dome of the Earth. Thank you. Consciousness. I like to say the word consciousness and hold the S at the end, but I don't actually know what I'm talking about. But I will say that people pay a lot of money to see me speak about consciousness. Thank you.
That's good. You can do the impression around that one word.
Just consciousness, yeah.
That's all you need. That's great.
Yeah,
so who else did I hear? Yeah, you did Elizabeth Warren. Thank you for giving us some Clinton. That's always fun.
Oh, yeah. Clinton's been, he's always fun for people to do. I mean, you know what's funny? I don't have an impression of her, but I didn't expect Trump to actually win the presidency. So I thought it was going to be Hillary, and I actually was getting ready to do a Hillary impression.
So what does it, I guess, take me through just a little bit. When you want to do somebody, you have to start watching them, and then it takes time. So it's not something that you just, boom, pick up and you can do it. Some people, it takes a little work.
To get it precise, it takes a lot of work.
Right.
Like I started doing Trump like 4 years ago.
Right.
And at the time, people thought it was good. Like you probably would have said, wow, that's good. But when I hear it back now, it's gotten way better.
Oh, it's at the point now. If you called me on the phone and it came from a DC number or something, and I picked up and it was you doing Trump, I would think it was Trump. There's no way I would be able to know it wasn't him. I think it's so spot on.
So it's a process to get them spot on. Like it's a talent to be able to do it, but I didn't have Trump spot on until years of practicing it.
Yeah, if I closed my eyes and listened to you do Trump, there'd be no way I wouldn't be able to know. Which I think is a testament to the talent. And Bernie's getting there as well. I don't think I'd be able to tell either.
Bernie's getting there, and it's just from listening to them a lot, watching a lot of YouTube clips, and literally going out in public and doing them.
Right.
When you just stay in character, I know it's crazy to other people to do that, but that's the best way to practice it.
No, I think it'd be fun. Like I said, if I could do it, I have to admit that I can't. And every once in a while, I'll, either on my Jeranism Raw show or something, I'll say, oh, like so-and-so, and I'll try and do an impression, and then I just get laughed at and told, don't do that again. That was terrible.
Right.
All right, great. Yeah, I should learn my lesson.
There are some people that are out of my vocal range that I've tried to do,
right.
And I just say, you know what, I'm just not going to do that person because
right, just can't do that one.
Yeah, I was trying to do Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, that would be tough.
I just couldn't get it, and it's like you have to be with someone like him. It has to be somewhat close.
Right, and I was just going to say, there's some people, I've never heard somebody do an impression of Neil deGrasse Tyson, I don't think.
Yeah. So, yeah. A lot of saliva. I've got that part.
Yeah, that is right.
So, the universe, billions and billions of stars. The universe. A lot of fingers and saliva.
You look like you'd be able to do a funny Bill Nye. I have to admit, the look you would already have.
Yeah. I think I could do a Bill Nye. I just haven't.
To do Bill Nye. You just
haven't really tried.
You just need the bow tie and a few days listening to him. I think you could probably do that. Although I don't want to hear that guy. So
yeah, and he's also Bill Nye's he's on the way down now. He had his moment.
Right.
And when I was in school, he was the guy.
He was the man.
You watched on TV. Now, I don't think anyone really cares to even hear what he has to say.
No. A lot of people just make comments about him, too. After he put out that show, Bill Nye Saves the World, where he talked about there being 40 different genders, and he's a cislunar male or something. And he did that dance with the ice cream cones. I mean, his stock went down quick. I've never seen a video on YouTube get more thumbs down and hate comments than that one, and I'm talking even flat Earth videos don't get that much hate.
Right.
He kind of destroyed his whole reputation there. So yeah, he's definitely on the way down. Not impressed with that guy. Also, I think that just because when we're all children in the school, the most excited you ever got is when they wheeled that TV. Remember on that rack? They would.
Yep.
So that's how that guy got so popular, is that we all just celebrated when that TV came into the room. They could have put anything on the screen and we would have just been happy as could be. It's like, yes, it's a video day. It's a movie day.
Right.
So he could just come on and talk about the globe and everyone just be indoctrinated. And man, they were a willing audience when you've got a bunch of first graders ready to watch some Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Absolutely. But I got to say, I've always been skeptical of everything I was taught in school.
That's
I don't know
good.
if you're the same way, but I always, I've always been, I would say, a funny observational person anyway.
Right.
And I used to love George Carlin, even as a kid.
The best ever.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite comedian. Rodney Dangerfield.
Great.
Classic. But since I was a kid, I always was skeptical of what I was being taught in school. And really like, why am I learning this? What is this helping me in my life? You know, how's this making me a better person?
Right. No, I would say I was skeptical at the beginning, but then you get told these things and you go home and ask mom or dad, or I had, some older brothers, and when I brought it up to them, they just kind of said, nope, that's what we've been taught. That's what science says. And you have no choice but to just, you fall into it. But have you ever thought of, or have you ever done any stand-up comedy?
Oh yeah, I do it actually.
You do it, okay? Because
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Nathan Stoltman. I used to do a show with him. Lift the Veil is his YouTube channel, and he's on D Live. But he just recently went for his first open night stand-up comedy and did great. And he did all truther stuff. I thought he did fantastic. And again, that's something I've always loved, stand-up comedy. Loved it so much, and something I've always wished I could do. Never tried it. Probably couldn't do it, but that's awesome. I would think somebody like you would be able to do that.
Yeah, and I love the live performance. I love being on stage in front of people,
Right.
And just entertaining them. And for me, I've had to figure out how to do the impressions on there, because I like to just get right into them right away.
Right.
I don't want to, say, hey, here's an impression of so and so. I like to just be like, hi, it's Senator Bernie Sanders, and just get right into it. And
Right.
people enjoy it, because it's like they feel like Bernie's actually there.
Yeah, no, I feel like that. All right, well, if there's nobody else you want to do, I guess you can let Bernie and then Trump lead us out of here. But again, folks, definitely subscribe to Josh Rosen, Plant-Based Comedian. He does great impressions, and you can contact him if you want him to do something for you. Become a patron, as always, if you like his work and you want to support him. That's a great way to do it. Anybody else you want to do before we head out?
I think that's it. Oh, by the way, real quick, trying to think, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, God, I can't stand Fallon, but go ahead.
Oh my God. Wow, oh my God. Jared, such a fan. I can't stop laughing at everything I say. Wow. Oh my God. Those impressions were incredible.
He is too much, man, that guy. I can't stand him. The only person I can't stand worse is the sellout Jimmy Kimmel. If you want to do a Jimmy Kimmel impression, just get up there and cry.
Yeah.
Guy's
I
crying all
stopped
the time.
watching Kimmel also.
Oh, he's terrible. What a sellout.
But thanks for having me on. I'll
Yeah.
put on my Trump wig real quick at the end here.
Okay. Send us out.
I got to say, I had a great time today with Jared. He's a little guy, Jared. I call him Mini Jared, okay? And he's a little overweight, too, okay? He's fat. And believe me, when I become president, when I'm reelected as president, he's going to lose weight quick, okay? And
goodness.
Mexico's going to pay for his weight loss.
Oh, Mexico's going to take care of that? Thank goodness. I was wondering how I was going to pay for that.
It's going to be big league. They're going to suck the fat right out of you, okay? Believe me.
Thank you,
Believe
Mexico.
me.
All right, and one more. Let's get to Bernie Sanders one more time out of here. Just because I want to see the wig again. The wig makes it all.
Look, unfortunately, the bottom 90% of Americans cannot afford one damn gluten-free cookie. This is deplorable, immoral, grotesque. Thank you guys for watching Josh Rosen, the plant-based comedian, who is deplorable.
And how about just Obama to head us out? One Obama.
It's not easy, but if we unite together, we can unite around cashews.
Cashews?
I don't know why I said cashews, but
All right. Let's do it. Let's unite around cashews.
let's do it.
All right, everybody.
God bless.
Thanks, Josh. That, everybody,
All right.
was Josh Rosen. Let me see some super chats real quick before we move on. We've got a super chat from Flat Earth Vegans. He says, hi, guys. Josh is great. So are you, Jaron. Thank you so much. Glowbusters says, we really need to have Josh on Glowbusters sometime. He's an amazing individual, very funny guy. Cheers, Josh. You are a legend. We have somebody asking you to do Iru. I don't know if you can do Iru, Ken. You'd have to work on that one, right?
I'll work on it a little bit. I can get him.
All right, that's what we'll have him do. We'll have him work on Iru and maybe Bob and his bad golf game. And maybe we'll have you on Glowbusters soon. So I'll get you in contact with Bob. You can have a conversation with him about his cheating.
That's good.
All right, guys, that's been fun. It's been Josh Rosen. I appreciate everybody watching. If you want to support me, you can do so at patreon.com/jeranism. You can also send a tip through Venmo at jeranism. Very easy to do that if you're in the United States. And if you want to mail me something, you can do that as well at P.O. Box 3044, Merced, California, 95344. And again, to get in contact with Josh, all you need to do is scroll down in this video. All his links are there. Send him an email. Ask him to do a outgoing message for you or something like that, and he'll do it for you. So thanks, Josh. Any final words?
Just stay flat.
Sounds good. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
Thank you. Peace.